Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we will present about the case study that we have been done. So this is our group member, which is me myself, Mohamad Syakirin, and then Aiman Fitri, and the last member is Amirul Haziq. So the case study we choose is ransomware attack on Malaysian government agencies. So for the background, the attack began on January 2022 when the Lockbit group gained access to the Ministry of Finance network. They hacked Ministry of Finance network, and then the group deployed ransomware that encrypted a large amount of data, including financial records, contracts, and employee data. And then for the incident description, the Lockbit ransomware group used a phishing email to gain access to the Ministry of Finance networks, and then the phishing email contained a malicious attachment that, when open, installed the ransomware on the victim's computer. Once the ransomware was installed, it encrypted the victim data, and the Lockbit demand a ransom payment of $10 million in bitcoins. The Malaysian government refused to pay the ransom, and as a result, the Ministry of Finance was forced to shut down its IT system for several days. The attack result in the loss of sensitive data, including financial records, contract, and employees' data. And then the attack has a major impact on the government ability to operate, and also lead to a loss of public confidence in government abilities to protect its data, because the sensitive data is really important, especially for the Ministry of Finance, because they have a data for all Malaysians. I pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fitri bin Kamarudin, and will present about the lesson learned and also how to mitigate this incident from happening again. So first of all, for the lesson learned from this incident is the ransomware are a growing threat to our government agencies, and especially to us, the citizen of the government, because it actually attack also us, because the government store all the data of us. So the ransomware attack and also has been increasingly sophisticated and being used to target a wider range of organization, including the government agencies. And secondly, government agencies also need to have a comprehensive security strategy. They need to have toughened wall to prevent any attack to happening again. So there's many ways to do that. Thirdly, is the government agencies should have a plan to face and to respond for any attack, especially the ransomware attack. They need to have a proper step what to do before, during, and after the attack. Next, for the mitigation strategies, it been suggested hardly to the staff, to the government agencies, to always use a strong password. Minimum to have a 8 character of the password. They need to use mix of numbers, symbols, letters, and so on. They also suggested to have a 2-factor authentication, because the ransomware cannot penetrate easily this strong password and 2-factor authentication, and we can avoid it. Secondly, is we need to get our software up to date, because the up to date version of the software have the bug has been fixed by the specialist, so it will avoid any attack from happening. Thirdly, is to always backup your data. Backup it regularly, because if anything happen to our data that been stored, such as ransomware and so on, so we have another place that been stored the data, so we can recover the data without paying the ransom, we doesn't have an issue actually for the ransomware to be happen. So please make sure to backup your data regularly and store it in a secure location.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Amirul. So I will present about industry implication and recommendation. And for this case study, for the industry application, we have a healthcare sector, which is they store sensitive patient data, and then we have a financial services sector, which is they handle large amount of sensitive financial data, and last one we have a manufacturing sector, which is they are rely on computer system to control production processes. So this sector may come a ransomware attack also. So there are they have any changes in industry practice of security standard resulting from this incident? Which is yes. So as you can see, which is in 2020, Malaysia launched the National Cyber Security Framework, which is provide guidance to business on how to protect themselves from cyber attack, and also there are changes in Malaysian sector also, which is there are increased awareness of their employees, and also increased investment in cyber security, which is they invest in cyber security knowledge for their employees. So, and also increased cooperation between business and government to lower the attack of the ransomware attack. Recommendation. So for the recommendation, so this for ransomware attack, we would like to suggest to use a strong password and multi-factor authentication. Keep software up to date. Have a disaster recovery plan in place. Educate employees about security threats, and the last one, implement a comprehensive cyber security plan. For the last one is a best practice, which is we have first one we have a regular patching, which is this is one of most important things we can do to protect our network from ransomware. So this is to keep all our software up to date and include the operating system, application, and firmware. And second one is a strong authentication mechanism, which is we have to use a strong authentication mechanism, such as multi-factor authentication, to make it more difficult for attacker to attack our network. So the last one we have incident response plans, which is we must have a plan in place to respond to a ransomware attack. This plan should include steps for identifying and containing the attack, as well as the step for recovering from the attack. I think that's all from us. Thank you.